Цих клятих клоунів.
Hey everybody, it's Charlie. We got a brand new Birds of Prey secret trailer that they dropped in front of the Spider-Man Far From Home re-release. This one's in Ukrainian because they have not released it online, so we only have a couple versions floating around right now. So we'll break it down. We're doing a movie ticket giveaway. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave your favorite Harley Quinn moment on the video. I know I just did a review of the Joker movie, so I'll explain what's going on with the Joker movie, with the Harley Quinn Birds of Prey movie, because some of these new movies that are coming in the next year or two are going to be connected to the larger Justice League DCEU, and some of them are not, like in the case of the Joker movie, which is DC Black Label. Completely separate thing, so it sounds more confusing than it actually is. But what's going on with this new footage is that Spider-Man Far From Home was just re-released in theaters with an extended cut by Sony. They added a couple extra minutes of footage, but in some places around the world, they were playing this special fake-out Birds of Prey trailer made to look like an It Chapter 2 trailer. Warner Brothers is also releasing It Chapter 2 in the next couple of weeks, so that's why they're putting this in front of that Spider-Man Far From Home re-release. So red balloons start rising up around the Warner Brothers logo from the It movie, and it starts to play the It Chapter 2 music, that theme song for Pennywise, making you feel all uncomfortable. But then, when it seems like it's going to reveal Pennywise the clown, you can even see his baggy pants through the balloons here. But then as it starts to reveal the character, it winds up being Harley Quinn in one of her new outfits from the Birds of Prey movie. She grabs her mount from the comic books, swings it, destroying a bunch of the balloons. And if you don't speak Ukrainian, which a lot of you probably don't, what she's saying roughly translates to, screw off with all these damn clowns already, because Harley Quinn, the Joker, Pennywise, all very clown-specific characters. Clown mise-en-scène permeates all of their stories. So her saying screw off with all these damn clowns already is a nice burn on Pennywise from It Chapter 2, but it also has something to do with the plot of the Birds of Prey movie. Because get this, the official, full title of the Birds of Prey movie is Birds of Prey in the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn, as if Harley Quinn herself titled her own movie, which seems like a meta thing that Harley Quinn would do, but she doesn't break the fourth wall quite as much as a character like Deadpool does. But it is meant to be a fourth wall break joke, where she's slowly trying to emancipate herself from the Joker. This is a copy of Margot Robbie's script in real life. So just to let you know, that ridiculous sounding title is something that Harley Quinn came up with and titled her own movie. So a big part of the movie is Harley Quinn breaking up with the Jared Leto version of the Joker from the previous films that they've been in together. Those two characters, Harley Quinn and the Joker, have always had this weird codependent relationship in the comics and in the animated versions, because technically she did originate in Batman the Animated Series cartoon and then became a comic book character, one of DC Comics' few and most successful popular comic book characters that did not originate in the comics. If you're a big fan of the character, you probably already know that she was created by Paul Dini. There's actually a character in the Birds of Prey movie called Officer Dini inside the Gotham City Police Department based on Paul Dini. I don't think that he himself is playing that character, but he also might have a cameo somewhere during the movie. But the basic premise is that because Harley Quinn is a criminal and because the little girl Cassandra Cain that the Birds of Prey team is trying to save from Black Mask are all either criminals themselves or terrible people, it's basically a group of anti-heroes versus the Gotham mob bosses. So the Gotham City Police Department don't want to lift a finger to help them out. Well, you're criminals, we arrest you on a regular basis. Why should we bother to help you out if nothing illegal is technically happening? So it's one of those weird situations whereby they're trying to save a little girl, and in order to have to do that, they're the ones that are breaking the law. Black Mask, who's the villain of the film, isn't technically doing anything that's against the law, so the police can't really help them, except for Renee Montoya, that kind of takes pity on them because she's down and out on her luck and the regular police don't want to have anything to do with Harley Quinn. Then you have Batman, where you would normally expect him to step in a situation like this. He's dealing with bigger problems, so no one is really willing to lift a finger to help these female characters out, so they have to band together, and that's where the girl gang Birds of Prey forms. I know you're all asking, Ewan McGregor playing Black Mask, how come he's not wearing the Black Mask from the comics? I'd be willing to bet that something happens during the movie to scar his face, and by the end of it, he will go full comic book Black Mask. It's funny seeing him be a villain in this right after we saw him come out on stage and announce the Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series. Because there's still a big question about what's going to happen with the Jared Leto version of the Joker in future DC films, and we have the Joaquin Phoenix Joker. I'll talk about continuity with all these films in just a second, but the other brand new footage in this is Huntress on her motorcycle speeding through the city, then whipping her hood off using her handheld crossbow from the comics. Black Canary in an alleyway being stopped by a mobster, then just turning around kicking his ass. I don't know if she's going to be a full-blown metahuman during the movie, but we'll find out pretty quickly when they release the next big trailer. But then you have Ewan McGregor's Black Mask inside his nightclub with Black Canary singing on stage behind him, just like New 52 Black Canary being a songstress. The New 52 one was more of a punk rocker, but you can kind of see how they're trying to adapt that within this. There's a scene of Cassandra Cain hiding from mobsters inside this giant funhouse fight scene where you see Harley Quinn then facing off with a bunch of Black Mask's gang members inside the funhouse. She throws her mallet into one of their faces. Not sure why he's wearing a rabbit-themed mask, but that's probably just to hide his identity. Then, Black Canary, Renee Montoya, and the Huntress inside a club during daylight hours getting ready to fight this group. You can see Huntress in the background kicking the shit out of this dude, and Renee Montoya is the one in the foreground clocking this dude, making blood spray all over the place. And even though you do see blood spraying all over the place here, it's supposed to be a PG-13 movie, unlike Joaquin Phoenix's Joker movie, which is hard R and part of the DC Black label. So just to explain the timeline a little bit, what's going on with Jared Leto's Joker first? So this movie, Birds of Prey, takes place after the events of Justice League, after the events of Suicide Squad, so she's still been with Joker that whole time, and at the beginning of the film, it will be her slowly breaking away from him. You've seen all these pictures of her wheeling around all these supplies. They're doing her twin laughing hyenas from the comics Bud and Lou, so they're doing a whole bunch of deep cuts from the Harley Quinn comics that you haven't seen before in the movies yet. It's a bigger version of the Batman the Animated Series episode where she got pissed off at the Joker, so took off and then went to hang out with Poison Ivy, and they just went on a tear through Gotham City during the day till Batman got them to chill out, just having fun being Gotham City sirens.
That's right, pigs, and here's the paddle!
Even though there might not be any Poison Ivy in this movie, but now the talk is that what will wind up happening is if Birds of Prey is successful enough, then future sequels would explore the Gotham City Sirens team, so that's probably where you would get to Poison Ivy eventually. But a lot of core Batman villains are going to be tied up with Matt Reeves' Robert Pattinson Batman movies. That's supposed to be a trilogy, and they're supposed to be adapting The Long Halloween and Dark Victory, so that's going to mean a whole bunch of Batman villains across those films, some minor, some major. So if you're wondering why certain characters aren't in some of these Batman character films like Harley Quinn, Joker movie, the new Batman movies, it's just because they're trying to distribute these all around and not all the films are connected. Like Matt Reeves' Batman movie is supposed to be set during the 90s and won't cross over with this Birds of Prey franchise. The new Batman movies are kind of connected to the Justice League DCEU movies, but it's more of a prequel, so it's very, very loosely connected, and you're not going to see those Justice League characters pop up. The Birds of Prey movie, however, is set in present day, so it's more likely that you would see those characters cross over with the other Justice League characters. Harley Quinn just being the most popular one, so don't be surprised if she continues to show up in other people's films. Right now, Jared Leto still has films on his contract with Warner Brothers for future DC movies, but there's been no talk of bringing him back, so he is still sort of status pending, still wide open to theory crafting, so it's probably going to be a hot minute before you see another version of the Joker in present day crossing over with other Justice League characters, and it might not be Jared Leto's Joker. But post all your theories in the comments below and let me know what you think of Harley Quinn and Birds of Prey so far. There's supposed to be another really big trailer in the next week or two, so of course when that drops, I will totally make a video about it. They're getting ready to shoot James Gunn's Suicide Squad reboot, so there'll be some news for that, but it's going to be a while before we get any footage. When we get more details about that, I'll do a new video, and I'll also do a Black Adam update pretty soon too. But I just posted my non-spoilery Joker movie review. You can click here to watch that, and you can click here for that big Marvel Phase 4 teaser from D23. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.